All right. I'm here with Chatterfang. I thought I'd want to give it a try again because the new set had some new cards that seemed decent, like many partings. The food token generators in particular seem interesting, so I'm willing to try them. Also, I'm pretty sure I didn't do anything like this last time I played Chatterfang, which was quite a while ago. I have a ton of 2 mana dorks, and I'm really trying to get Chatterfang into play really fast. These don't really make it faster because they're turn 2, but these do. This one. Um, with all these mana dorks, I'm playing Guardian Project and Great Henge, so hopefully they somewhat consistently cycle every time I play one. Also, Oath of the Grey Host. Oh, that's good. That's a mouthful. Seems pretty solid, right? Food token makes a squirrel, and the bottom, the third part makes more squirrels. So, anything squirrel related's in here. Obviously, the One Ring with Shieldred's in here. Davriel, all the cookie cutter black and green stuff. Vraska is alright. Makes a token, so it makes a squirrel. I'm probably going to wind up minusing this twice every time it gets played, probably. And at that point, it might be better to play the new Nissa that has a -1 for a naturalize, whereas this doesn't really do that. But, I mean, it still makes a squirrel on the -3 with the treasure. I mean, alright, it's not the strongest. What else? I mean, Nissa is in here, but you know what I mean. Just for a different, more expensive slot, maybe something else. Tender Shoot Dryad. I believe it was in here last time I played this, but pretty satisfying card to somehow sit and play. Skewed Swarm is an interesting one. I don't have a lot of land-based ramp, so I'm not exploding the 1/1s, but I think there's enough to pull it off, like just enough land drops. I don't know. We'll see. It's probably on the weaker side, though. So with all these mana dorks and all these squirrels, we'd like to play Forerunners or Craterhoof Behemoth and win the game. Does not take many creatures for Craterhoof to kill you. I'll learn that. Also, Skirt Stag High Priest. I really like this card. I really do. It's kind of slow, but it's satisfying to play. One squirrel tapping a bunch of stuff is not exciting, but you know what? 5/5 flyers are pretty neat, right? Who's going to be upset with that? Giant Opportunities, just more food. This isn't from the new set. This is from Ildrain or whatever it's called, but actually, I don't know how many new cards are actually in here. Not too many. I was gonna add the first commander I played from the new set, Gardener, but then I realized that card kind of sucks, so maybe I shouldn't play it. It's not exactly the strongest card. But it's all right. Whoops, I almost just exited out the game. Forgot what I was doing, but yeah, we'll see how we do. Portal to Phyrexia is not overwhelming splendor, as we've learned. And if I'm just reanimating mana dorks with it, it's not that exciting. I'm extremely light on removal spells. So hopefully I don't need removal when I have a massive board that makes it difficult for my opponent to swing, or they're not playing anything I'm willing to kill, and I just have a big board of stuff, my opponent's getting sweaty, and then I die because they played a sweeper. So like, comment, subscribe, and let's see how we do. Revives. Alright, this looks like this will be one of those games. Ooh, and it's a 1 mana dork as well. Hard to pass this up. Actually, it's impossible to pass this up. Other permanents you control have hexproof. Top card anytime. Angel cells off the top. You got it. Alright, Skrelv is kind of neat. Captain Erbertergerber. My opponent did not attack. I don't know why. That's odd. Oh, the protection thing? They just want to leave that up for the rest of forever, I guess. I don't really know why, but you got it. Alright, so Liliana is extremely devastating, but so is Shieldred. Let's just Liliana. I think just attacking my opponent's permanents is way stronger. than, like, not doing that. Reprieve? Oh, dude. I'm allowed to play that. What are you doing? What are you doing, dude? That's toxic. So they can get this into play, and then everything has hexproof, so I can't Liliana these away. And then Liliana gets poked to death by this slowly, and I have no answer to it. Reprieve. Get out of here. I should have played this, by the way. Tap, tap. Yep. I'm not paying attention. So, yeah, I should have been able to play this turn. My mistake. I guess I'm just playing Shieldred then? Alright. I mean, it's a green-white deck. Maybe there's not a lot of removal. And if neither of us can get any efficient attacks in, I guess this is kind of favorable. I don't have much in the way of token generation. But I can surprise kill them, maybe. So this is only angels off the top. Alright, well, Liliana is now dead on board. So, if I swing with Shieldred, they're definitely going to block, right? It's just a matter of how they're going to block. I think I'm always playing this. I want as many creatures as possible when I go for this. Let's see what's under this. No, punished for drawing last. So if I swing with Shieldred, block, block. This isn't protection or anything. Alright. I think it's favorable trades for me. Opponent doesn't even think about it. So this is dead instantly. Right? Yeah, there's no universe in which I can play it. Yeah, the reprieve means I couldn't kill Skrelv, and I don't know how relevant that is, but obviously having this in play would have been nice. Oh, their lands have hexproof too. That's funny. Opponent just has giant killers, so I guess nothing mattered. I need a lot of squirrels to not die to this. I wonder what kind of creature this is going to get. I wonder what that's going to find. So I can make one squirrel and one zombie, and then maybe my opponent... Ooh, this is another creature. Well, no, it doesn't... They don't have haste, so there's no merit in that. Craterhoof doesn't do that. Minusing Liliana is kind of useless, in my opinion. So I'm just going to do this. And no attack, so if my opponent flies again, which they will because they want to kill my Liliana, I will have... Oh, that's rude. I will have... Okay, so I need them to not have a big blocker. 1, 2... 3, 4, 5. We know there's an angel in hand because they drew it with this. Okay, well, if it was an angel, they're not willing to cast it. Tapping 2 of my creatures to cast this is also problematic. So maybe I could just have it tap 1, and then I swing... for a lot, but I don't think it's lethal. But I don't know what waiting gets me. I'm just going to swing. Opponent does not look dead, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 23 health. 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, it's one off. It's one off. Unless... Oh no, Skrelv can't block. So this is Xaxes? What did they hit? That? Sure. I think this is Xaxes. Because Skrelv can't block. Oh! It is. Oh, yes. Yeah, it was exactly... I was counting... You count their total toughness and their total health against your total power when you're alpha striking with trample. Because, you know, all of the... It doesn't matter where they block. Like, oh, block here, block here, block... Because it just soaks total toughness. And I was doing the math. Like, I had 23 points of trample. And they had 22... Or 23 total points of toughness and health because this couldn't block. So that's funny. Oh man, that was crazy. All right. It was looking pretty grim too, but yeah, that Liliana token ended up doing something, huh? Dovin. Okay. At least it's not Teferi, I guess. It's different. Huh. Dovin. That's really strange. That's really weird, actually. You can never see that. Also, that was like the best thing I could have drawn. By a landslide. No counterspell up either, unless they have Minotithe. They do not. So am I playing Chariot? I'm probably playing Chariot, right? Okay, well, I guess I'm playing Blood Fountain. Or maybe they take this. I don't know. I would take this, though. Come on. No, you won't. Maybe if I put it over here, they won't? Like, right here? Over here? Oh, maybe if I put it right here. Ow. Alright, I don't want to show them the land. Yeah, I'm not going to show them the land. I can just do this. And I don't want to swing. Don't think so. This is not a favorable trade like the Aspirant last game. One, two, three, four. So I have Liliana next turn. What do you do? Anything stupid? Second card, draw, dies, 1/1. Alright. I don't want to run into a counterspell, but I also want to play Magic. Looks like some kind of non-creature counterspell. I really don't care about this getting... Okay, sure. Almost surprised to see that, actually. Alright, so the board is gummed up, but they have a flyer, but I can kill it with a squirrel. This makes flyers too, right? They're swinging with Adeline? Oh, right, because it's like big. Or do I... No, I'm not trading my Shieldred. That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. So let's play this. And pass. Opponent's going to need an answer to Shieldred, probably. History of Benalia. Okay. So this is like blue-white token creature nonsense. That's kind of cool. I like this. Dovin is weird, though. I mean, it's kind of satisfying to play those, but still kind of funky. Alright, so I kind of like this attack from the opponent, but I do have a solid block. Oh, I forgot to block the 1-1. Alright, not a big deal though, but I definitely should have just blocked that for free. Whoops. Crucible Worlds, cool. Not doing too much though. Let's gain another 2. I don't have a solid attack on their commander. I think I'd prefer to play this over anything. And pass. I can blood token my Great Henge, and then I can cast it out of the graveyard, so it's not like it's gone. Second card each turn? Okay. They get rid of Dovin for another 1-1. Really? Never interested in the plus. Oh, they can just recast it. Okay, the last card was a land. Still kind of strange. That's actually really weird. Okay, so now they're going to do it. Yeah, so now they have the Dovin Ultimate, and I don't have a solid way to not have that happen. This is a neat deck. I've never seen anything like this before. So, is there any merit in crewing and swinging? Kind of? I'll harass this? Can I Alpha Strike through it? 1, 2, 3. Not even close. Okay. So they're going to get that, which is a problem, but... Yep. They get another Thopter. The Dovin Ultimate's going to be a problem. It doesn't draw, unfortunately. It's just a search, so they don't lose 6 life. Dovin's out of the game, though. I doubt they're going to find lands off of this, or choose the lands to recast Dovin. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But 10 cards is a severe problem. Maybe not a lot of big stuff in their deck, though. But they get to see a 10th of their whole deck. Or I guess in this case it's about an 1/8. Because they've seen basically 20 already. Alright, I assume that was the card they just had. I don't know why they would pick a land. Liliana is not dead on board because I can sack a squirrel. There is no reason to respond to that. You gonna Tails End this? That doesn't make any sense. No, you shouldn't Tails End this trigger. If you're gonna Tails End something, you want to Tails End the Chatterfang trigger. Soul Partition. Okay, so now I'll... Yeah, I guess I drew an extra card, so they kind of messed that up. I was always going to draw the second one here, or the first one, but the second one is... Yep. So, this isn't out of the game, it's still in the game. Okay, so I have 4 1/1s to contest, and I can slowly chip away with my squirrels. Whoa. Might as well attack with these, actually. I guess that makes sense. So I will trade tokens and take 4. Does this make sense? Yes. I only need one squirrel to kill stuff, right? It's not like I need a bunch of squirrels for things to die or anything like that. These are all just 1/1s. Alright, so I'm gonna... I think I should get the Great Henge in play. I could get Shieldred in play. Maybe that is just always better. But they both kind of gain life. They both work just really well with each other. What else am I doing? Recasting this? Ugh. So redo that, do this. I think I'm gonna get the Great Henge. And then I can crew to make... Can this... It's only when it attacks, right? Tap that, swing. Okay. I will swing to make some squirrels. They'll probably just take it, right? There's no reason not to just take 4. So I have another Chatterfang activation, and I gotta remember to tap this Great Henge so I gain 2 life. Dovin is on his way to ultimating a second go round, right? They just play him, plus next turn he does stuff. The Priory is being held because of the Alseid. Do you swing with this 2/2? Probably not. Okay. I will kill one of these, assuming my opponent doesn't do anything degenerate. I don't know what waiting gets me, so... They did not play their commander. Very strange. 5, 6, 7, 8. They could have. They could have played it in plus. So I guess they're going to play it in minus? No, the card in hand is really good, I guess. Card in hand must be just that good. I'd love to get Shieldred in play, so I guess I'll go for that. I've never had so much Crucible of Worlds value. Tail's End? Finally a Tail's End? Counter the trigger? Opponent draws their second card, you draw. Okay, I'm going to kill that in response. Oop, gotta wait. Each player draws a card. Okay, there was no... No, I can still kill this. I can still kill it before this resolves. You. So they don't draw another card here. They didn't give it protection with Alseid of Life Bounty. Interesting. Alright, so gain 2, then we gain another 2 when we draw. I found Craterhoof, so they are dead next turn. Assuming it resolves. Oh, I think they're just done. Yeah, okay. Because Shieldred coming back every turn is probably too much. Especially when I can swing. I can keep the squirrels going without casting spells. Because I can keep activating Chariot. So what my opponent needs to do, and probably should have done earlier, is try to kill this. Because as long as the Crucible Worlds denies me spell casting, I need a way to make squirrels so I can stop these from poking me to death. Excuse me. Also, this turn cycle, in my opinion, it would have been far better to threaten the second ultimate. Just plus and swing, right? I can only kill one of these because you can only activate this once a turn, right? And I think I only had 1 black mana anyways. So it would have made sense to just threaten this, because my opponent would have gotten a turn untapped, ultimate at Dovin, and found 3 more cards, 10 cards deeper into their deck. They'd have to find some crazy stuff, but it's not too difficult. I mean, we know they have counter spells, right? Anything to stop this. But if they're aware of their deck list, I'm sure, probably no solid answer to Sheoldred. Be surprised if there wasn't like a Swords to Plowshares or something, right? You are seeing 10 cards. Ossification, Reprobation, there's actually, or Reprobate, whatever it's called. There's a lot of things that could be decent here. Settle the Wreckage seems like an offensive deck, so it taps out, it can settle me. Ring, the 1 ring. Yeah, there's some outs. There has to be outs. I think they just missequenced. I don't know if this was ever worth it. But yeah, GG. Really cool game. Really cool game. I like that one. It was also 20,000 years long. Do 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 do. All right. This commander didn't do anything last time I played against it. It just stared at me, and then my opponent lost. See if that happens this time. Oh, I have my 1 removal spell. Look at that. No mana. Well, I do kind of have one. I don't know. Delver of Secrets? What the? Okay. I'm sure there's like 45, 50 things that flip this, so I should expect it to flip pretty soon. Brainstorm and whatever could probably set it up as well. Okay, so no reason to respect anything. Am I playing Shatterfang here? I don't actually have any solid token generator. Maybe it's better to actually play this. I think I like this. Looks kind of weird. I'm gonna make them sacrifice their Delver before they untap and have a counterspell. Then I take 3 for the rest of the game or something. Alright, so I didn't get to keep that. Not really a surprise. Interestingly enough, if I Edict on their turn, they would have had that to go. So I want to play this right now while they're tapped out. Yep. Scarab God. Ooh. Ooh. Bowmasters. Alright, yeah, we're taking that. Impulse Mirror Shell Crab. Okay. They can use it right now. They probably should. No, they don't. They don't stifle my Cruelty of Gix trigger. Interesting. So they don't have a counterspell in hand. I can just get something absolutely degenerate, right? Yeah, let's get either Liliana or Liliana. let's get Liliana. Play it next turn or something. I know it's another 6-drop. But it is a token generator, so my hand looks hilariously satisfying. We'll see if it's any good though. Could have gotten something cheaper, castable immediately. I don't know. Something that could have draw discarded, so I could do the bottom part, but I don't really know what that could be. Village Rites, sack my Chatterfang, and then use this to get it back or something. This might give my opponent too much time. We'll see. So I get to steal their Delver of Secrets. Oh no, I get to steal this, but the problem is if it ever dies, my opponent gets it, and that's kind of a problem. So I'm not going to do that. I don't ever want that to be in play. I also can't activate it anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Let's lead with an attack here. This doesn't have Death Touch, right? Yeah, it doesn't have Death Touch. Let's just pepper him for 3. Excuse me, sauce him for 3. The thing doesn't have... Oh, they want to do a full trade? Is that what's going on? Nope. Alright. I need this to resolve. Opponent's going to look for a counterspell. No dice. You know what? Let's get rid of Chatterfang here. We draw a card this way as well. And I get my opponent's commander off the board. I like that a lot. Sure. I almost want to play this and kill it again. But it gives him a treasure. Oh no, I get the treasure. I don't even know how my cards work. Alright, snap resolve. I will... Yep, my opponent's probably not going to come out of this one. So yeah, this is another time where I played against this, and it didn't really do anything. This wouldn't have even been that big of a deal, right? The only issue is the flyer, and that was kind of dealt with. Yeah, very strange deck. I wonder what these lists look like, or there's someone out there trying this. This just doesn't seem that great. Like, for a blue-black tempo control thing, I don't even really know what to call this, but it just seems a little on the weird side to me. I'll have to try it at some point, though. Pretty good hand. A really good hand. I was talking about one-dimensionality, and that's Azusa to the utmost. I don't even know if I played Chatterfang turn 2. I don't think I do. I think I'm just like playing more mana next turn. Da-da-da-dee, yeah. Oh, what a surprise. So I have 6 mana if I play this, and I can go here and here next turn. I can't do anything with this, though. Right? Beginning my upkeep? Yeah, I don't have a way to... Well, I kind of do. Can make a squirrel on my own upkeep. Joke's on you. I have no targeted removal. Oh, wait a minute. No, Chatterfang, actually. Chatterfang, yeah. Never mind. Okay. So now I need them to... They only have 3 cards in hand. Like I said, Azusa does literally nothing except play a bunch of lands and a giant creature, so we're just banking on them not having one. Okay. Tarmogoyf. Whoa, interesting. Alright, so on our upkeep, we want to make a squirrel. Oh, this is exciting. Play this. Alright, my hand is empty, and I will swing. Oh, maybe I shouldn't, because them recasting Azusa is a bestiary trigger, right? They can recast it and draw a card. Looks like they don't. It was probably right for them to, though. We know this is not a land. Okay, they drew a land, and then this was the card in their hand. Makes sense. Oh, is my phone vibrating this whole time? Whoops. Okay, let's, I should have drew first. Well, that's poop. Guess I'll just hold the land in hand? I guess? Maybe not. No, I'll hold the land. I can't see it coming back to bite me. And I'll swing like this. Okay. Azusa is definitely a free block, so it's kind of weird for them to not just use it to block. Strange. Alright, I'm going to play the land. I've convinced myself. Maybe targeting the Tarmogoyf was wrong. I want to sacrifice a squirrel that doesn't have summoning sickness. This is actually a Craterhoof that is not lethal. They can't swing with it. 14 plus, yep. Okay, 9, 14, 50, 60, yep. Alright, looks like my opponent just scooped. Opponent goes out with a Ghost Quarter. So yeah, that's what I talk about when I talk about Azusa being like the most linear, uninteresting commander ever. And it's solid, right? You just need something in your hand. That's all you need. My opponent didn't have a threat in their hand. They just played Azusa a bunch of lands and banked on top decking one, and they didn't. Or they got to this, but it just wasn't enough, right? Yeah, interesting. Our opponent, I mean, our deck did everything I've ever wanted, which is really cool. I've never really used this before. Nice. Okay. At least I snap keep all my hands. Everything's felt good. All my hands feel really good to keep. That is a positive. Haha, no minute orc. Looks like a burn spell. Play with fire or something. Shock. That's a... Yep, that dies to Liliana. Love to see it. They can eternalize before I would get to 7 loyalty. Or they could just have even more haste. So nothing matters. Yeah, just play Chatterfang. And be sure not to sacrifice it to itself. Unless, I guess, if my opponent kills it, then I can kill this adversary. What is this? +3, +3. Okay, so I have to do this. Opponent did make me do it. Fair enough. It is a 2 for 1 though. Oh, maybe it's not. It's like a 2 for 0 because my commander is still in the game. Let's play you. Yes. All right. So my opponent sees that they can't stop the Liliana ultimate by the time I would get to it, right? This doesn't have trample when they get to 6. It doesn't have haste. This is way too small. And Klothys, ever since that rules change like 8 years ago, can't attack planeswalkers with the damage. So this is almost always going to go off, right? Even if that one spell they have is like a burn spell. Actually, it might have just been this. No, it was castable on my turn, so they could have a burn spell. Probably not enough to deal with Liliana over the long run, though. So, it's better than it was, but it's still not good. It probably makes sense to take out even more. Yeah, it definitely does take out even more of this top end. I don't need Portal. Vraska's a little slow. Ujin's a little slow. I need more early token generation to go with Chatterfang. And it would probably be even better, but it's not that good. You die to a lot of removal You die if your opponent gets into play before you and they're faster than you and you just can't keep up. You don't have a lot of recourse when your opponent is attacking you at different angles, like a pesky enchantment, some nonsensical artifact or equipment, a planeswalker. You don't have a lot of recourse. You just sort of die. You could remedy that by slowing it down even further, but then you have less token generation, and at that point, you just play something else in your command zone that's green and black, even Vraska. Like, it's just the token generators. This strategy's too slow. If you want to play creature go wide strategies, there's way better things to do it with, not Chatterfang. But I would again say it is stronger than when it initially had released by a lot. But everything else is stronger too. It's just not enough. It really isn't enough to win any game. Any board wipe kills you. You have like heroic intervention. I don't even think it's worth playing it. It has to line up with a sweeper, right? Like, oh, they have a big board, or you have a big board and they cast a board wipe, and it's like, all right, I have my one of protection spell for my board. It's like, well, most of the times you won't have it, and most of the times your opponent might have a second board wipe. It just doesn't really work. Maybe in multiplayer when there's more than one person and it's a slower format where, he's doing his own thing and you're growing wide and everyone's getting nervous, but you have 40 life, right? You don't have 25. You're not getting zerged down by 3 people. Well, unless you are, then your play group is toxic. I don't know. But as it stands, I wouldn't recommend Chatterfang in 1v1, which is really unfortunate. I really like Chatterfang, but let me know what you thought about this list. Let me know what your Chatterfang list looks like if you play Chatterfang. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.